Hello, precious church. I pray this finds you well. As you know, the first phase of our Return to Church plan began in late May, and it has been so good seeing those of you who have returned to church. And I want to say that I miss those of you who have not yet returned, and that I really look forward to that time when you come back to church and we get to see each other again. Hey, I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about three pretty important things. The first, I want to say thank you to everybody for your constant prayers and for your patience over the last 5 months. As you know, COVID-19 has created some very unique challenges for churches to navigate, and I'm so proud of the way that our staff and our leadership team has persevered and has faithfully served Jesus and the way they've faithfully served this precious church. We have faced constant technical difficulties and ever-increasing spiritual warfare, but we've been able to do so knowing that you were praying for us and patiently bearing with us. We want to ask you to keep praying. Most of the technical problems have been overcome, but the spiritual warfare continues to just rage on. The second thing I want to do is I want to bring everybody up to speed on the next phase of our Return to Church plan. You may have heard on August 30th, we're relaunching our full children's ministry at both Sunday morning services. Since the safety and the well-being of our children, parents, and volunteers is of the utmost importance to us, we've taken the following steps as we prepare to welcome everybody back. In fact, we've taken these steps for the entire building. All of our air conditioner units have been equipped with plasma field generators that constantly purify the air. The entire church building and all the furniture are constantly being sanitized at night with ozone generators. After every service or every meeting, natural disinfectant is being used to clean all hard and soft surfaces. The use of natural hand sanitizer is available and encouraged, and hand sanitizer stations are positioned throughout the children's ministry hall and throughout the whole building. To keep the class sizes smaller, we're asking families to select either the 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. service and commit to attending that service as often as possible. If occasionally you need to attend a different service, no actions needed. This is a perfect time to get involved in our children's ministry also. Don't hesitate to contact Claire for clarification or for more information on the children's ministry relaunch, or to inquire about serving in this very rewarding ministry. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about is a pastoral concern that I have that I think is perfectly illustrated by a Barna survey that I recently read. The Barna Group surveyed Americans who consider themselves committed and practicing Christians. Barna's survey found that since COVID-19 came on the scene in mid-March, 1 in 3 committed Christians of all ages has completely lost connection with their church family. 1 in 3, folks. At first, they remained connected through live-streamed services and virtual small group meetings. But then, slowly but surely, they stopped doing both. Now let me explain why I'm so concerned about this. In Nehemiah chapter 3, God was doing great things in and through his people. When Israel's enemies took notice, they attacked by attempting to use 2 of what appear to be Satan's favorite and most effective techniques against God's people. First, they promoted fear among God's people, making them think that they were going to die. Second, they attempted to sow division among God's people. Well, when Nehemiah recognized what was going on, he responded in 2 ways, and these are found in chapter 4, verse 14. The first thing he did is he cast their fear under the shadow of God's unmatched power when he said to them, "Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, great and awesome." And the second thing he did is he gave them a call to arms. He challenged them with the words, "And fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your houses." You know, I love the outcome of this story because just a few verses later, we're encouraged to see that the people faced and overcame their fears, and then they went back to work. In one hand, they held a tool, and in the other hand, they held a weapon. They worked, and they prepared to defend not only the ones they loved, but the work they had already accomplished. It wasn't long until they completed the task that God had given them to do. Have the current circumstances in our world caused you to lose connection with your church family? If so, I have a pastoral challenge for you. Like Nehemiah, I'm giving our church, Calvary Chapel Greer, a two-part call to arms. First, it's time to put things into perspective. We need to remember that God is bigger than whatever fear might be trying to grip you right now. Remember the Lord, great and awesome. Second, church, your church family needs you right now more than ever. Satan is working overtime to divide churches, and it's time for committed Christians to reject things that divide us, to focus on things that unite us, to come together, to lock arms, and to get back to work. Now, this looks different for different people. Some are still not ready to return to in-person worship services or small group meetings, but it's crucial that our church family stay connected, united, and focused on fulfilling the Great Commission that Jesus entrusted to us. Church, I look forward to seeing you all soon. I love you. God bless you.